Yep. Happy Labor Day. Thanks for coming. We have a starting point. We talked about it last week at this press conference. We now have a starting point, and we're an 0-1 football team right now. We didn't play well enough on offense or special teams to beat a quality opponent on the road. I'm going to kind of break it down in three phases. In special teams, we gave up three huge returns, one for a touchdown. We lost the field position battle decisively, and very disappointed. I thought we won games because of special teams last year, and that didn't contribute. And special teams didn't contribute to our win or to a win on Saturday. Proud of Bratcher, stepped up just like I thought he would. He's a competitor, and he striped both those field goals right down the middle. But we got outplayed on special teams. And it wasn't close. Defensively, really proud of how our guys competed and played. We played a ton of guys. Almost everybody we brought on defense played. We're going to consistently play good defense here. We're going to be great on defense at some point this year with this football team. And we flew around. We play with passion. We play with energy. That's how Troy football should look. And I was proud of those guys. We created 2 turnovers, had 4 sacks, 12 tackles for the loss. We were great on fourth down. Boise didn't convert a fourth down. We weren't perfect. I think some of our success was due to Boise not playing as well as they normally do on offense. I don't think we can overlook that. I don't believe we've arrived on defense. We have to improve on third down, especially 3rd and 7 to 10. We gave up 4 big plays, and they were able to continue some drives. And then we got to finish the game better. Offensively and special teams wise, we put our defense behind the 8 ball some, but we've got to be able to come out and put a stop there at the end of the game where we allowed them to get a touchdown on that 3rd down drive. Offensively, extremely disappointed in how we played. I don't think there's any better way for me to say that. We had 3 turnovers, 6 penalties, gave up 4 sacks. We made about 2 competitive plays in the game where we made somebody miss or went up and made a competitive catch. I thought we were poorly coached, and thought we executed bad. You know, outside of Sam Letton, I'm not sure anybody played up to their potential, and that's the reality we're in. With all that said, we fumbled going into score, and with a minute and a half to go to tie it up at 17-10 right there, we fumbled going into score, and ruled a touchdown, overturned on replay. I didn't have a good picture of it. I can't tell you if that was correct or not. He did fumble and not making a huge play because it should have been a pick 6, really, honestly. I didn't see an angle where I thought that the ball went through the end zone, but that's what it was. And then we had the ball down 4. Our defense gets a tremendous stop, I think, with about 7 minutes to go in the game on a 4th and short. And we've got the ball down 4 with a chance to go win the game on the road. And as bad as we played offensively, still have a chance, and did some good things in the second half. But we didn't get it done. So we got to learn from it, to have a chance to win and play poorly in 2 out of the 3 phases against, again, what I think is the premier team in the group of 5. And they've got a good football team this year, and I think they'll continue to win and win big. So we've got to learn from it and move on. I'm not discouraged. I'm encouraged. I think if you look at it, most of the time in life is your greatest lessons are learned from failures. And we failed on Saturday, especially on special teams and on offense. And I'm looking forward to getting it corrected. We got a great opportunity on Saturday. We come back home in front of our home crowd and believe our home fans are going to show up and they should be still enthused about this football team. I can promise you we're going to get better on special teams and on offense. We're going to continue to play at a high level on defense. I think we're young over there. We're going to continually get better. And it's an opportunity for us to get our first win. If you look at Alabama State, they're a spread team offensively. They're very multiple. They do a lot of things. Their quarterback is athletic. They move the ball well. They shot themselves in the foot on Saturday against Tuskegee. If you look at it, they moved the ball up and down the field. I think they missed 2 field goals, had 1 blocked, but really controlled the game with their offense. Defensively, I've been impressed. They've got a new coordinator this year. He was at Tennessee State. They were really good statistically over the last couple of years. I think they played really sound on Saturday. And Tuskegee does some things that put you in some bad spots, and I thought they were real sound. I think they cover well at corner. They come and make plays. They tackle well. Their defensive tackles, they rotated several through, and they were active. They made plays. They got big size. But honestly, we're excited about the opportunity to play Alabama State. We're excited about getting home. But we could play the University of Alabama. We could play inter-squad scrimmage. It really doesn't matter at this point. It's about us getting better in all three phases. And us playing 3 phases, playing Troy football, and that's playing passion, energy, being physical, flying around. And we didn't do that in 2 out of the 3 phases on Saturday. And I promise you we will get better at that. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
I know the coaching staff before the game expressed a lot of confidence in Melvin Tyus back there from Montgomery when Weatherspoon didn't go, that he justified that confidence.
Yeah, without question. Chris Weatherspoon is. I didn't make a big deal about it. I really didn't get a direct question about it, so I didn't feel like it was a need to address it. But Chris Weatherspoon was out. He has not practiced all fall camp. He'll get back on the practice field this week. He'll remain highly questionable for the game on Saturday, but we're hopefully that he's healing and he'll get back soon with an ankle injury. And but Melvin Tyus, man, played his best game. And not only from a production standpoint, Barry, but really Melvin communicated. He was our best communicator in the secondary. And what Boise does, shifting and multiple alignments, he got our guys lined up. And there's probably nobody I'm more proud of than Melvin Tyus and how he played and how he stepped up. But I've been seeing it in camp, and Vic has been seeing it in camp. And a lot of times that third year, he's a redshirt sophomore. And redshirt as a true freshman. As a redshirt freshman, was one of our key core special teams players, and then you see that transition, and that guys continue to get better. And Melvin's a guy that did that on Saturday, and I think you'll see him continue to be really productive.
Looking through the tape, Coach, you might have talked about it a little bit already, but is it stuff really that Boise did on defense that kind of mess up the offense, or just some things you guys can work on and fix heading into this week?
No, they're good on defense. I mean, we played very poorly. I think we had 29 plays of 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10 longer. You're going to have a hard time beating anybody, with those down and distances. But they're good. They're long. They run well. They're really well coached. Schematically, they did some things different than they did a year ago as far as coverage-wise. Brandon was off. I don't think there's any way to say that. I mean, he was off. I don't think he had a good feel for the game at all. But we helped him in a lot of ways. I mean, like I said, we had 6 penalties, 3 turnovers, the 4 sacks. We didn't do anything to help ourselves. Now I don't want to take anything away from Boise because I think they're really good on defense. Are they good where we shouldn't score a touchdown? I don't know about all that.
How'd you come out of the game health-wise?
Yeah, physically we're healthy. I think we might have one guy that may not play. I'm waiting to hear from our athletic trainer. Hopefully, offensively, we've came back to reality. Because I don't think we've played it at a very high level offensively over the last couple games outside the first quarter at Ohio. So hopefully we've woken up offensively, and sometimes it takes getting hit in the mouth to bounce back and understand that you don't have all the answers, and maybe you're not as good as some of your press clippings are. And I think that's for our offensive staff. It's for our offensive players. And but yeah, I think we came out of it pretty healthy.
You touched on it briefly with that play with DeAndre where he fumbled the ball. Have you looked at it since?
Yeah, I've seen it. He fumbled the ball without question. It was bad ball security. He fumbled the ball. The only thing I couldn't tell if Mountain West replay officials, which is standard. I couldn't tell if the ball went through the end zone or if the ball went out before it got to the pylon. I don't know. And to be honest, I didn't get really hung up on it because it was a poor pass. The ball should have been picked off. Probably should have been a pick 6. So may have been the football gods doing justice.
Confident in sellout on Saturday?
I don't know. I'd like to think so, but hopefully we can. I know our marketing people here at Troy have done a really good job. We're going to get out. We're going to have a huge pep rally on Thursday. We're going to get out on campus. We're going to get out in the community and try to get as many people here as possible. We've got a good product. We got a good football team. I'm sitting here and we got beat 24-13 at Boise, a team that's got the best winning record or top 2 winning record, best home winning percentage in college football since 2000. And I'm upset. And to be honest with you, I'm highly upset at how we played on special teams and offense on Saturday, highly. And I'm not over it, and I probably won't be over it on Saturday. So, some coaches get up here and say, hey, we're going to turn the page. I'm not turning the page, all right? I'm not turning the page. We're going to be upset, And we're going to get prepared for Alabama State, but we're going to get prepared with an edge and with a hunger to not go out and repeat that performance. So that's kind of where we're at. Our fans, I believe in them. Going back over the last 2 years, our fans have stepped up. I think we've got people enthused. And our deal wasn't a lack of effort on Saturday. It was a lack of execution. There's a lot of lacks, but effort-wise, it wasn't. This is going to be a football team that our fans are going to be proud of. I hope they come out. I know our students are going to come out. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Our marketing people are doing some things for our young families and children, and I'm excited about it. I wish we could get out there and play right now.
Coach, you mentioned special teams. That's something you've preached since you've got here. How do you fix the issues that you guys had on Saturdays on special teams?
We just got to cover. I mean, field goal unit was good. We did a pretty good job in the punt return. Marcus Jones had one nice return for, I think, 9 or 10 yards. Our kickoff return team never really had opportunity. We had one chance. We didn't really hit it. But our kickoff team allowed a big return. We've been in the top 10 or 12 in kickoff coverage the last 2 years. So do I think it was an aberration on kickoff? Absolutely, I do. I think it was an aberration. One of them was a missed kick. One of them we didn't cover very well. They hit us for 2 returns. Excuse me, I said one. They hit us for 2 returns. We probably went a little too young on our kickoff team. I think we had 5 or 6 freshmen on the kickoff team. We probably need to go probably 3 or 4 of them, look at personnel. Our pump team got exposed. We didn't do a very good job. We didn't do a very good job covering. We had guys that were down there and didn't trigger and make plays. A lot of that I put on myself because we haven't asked them to tackle a returner live. So I think any time that things go bad, you evaluate it as a coaching staff, and that's something we failed. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it this week in practice. We're going to get it fixed. And so those are things. If you look at us last year, we were in the top 5 in the country in field position. All right, and that the number one factor in that is special teams. So it's not schemes. It's not us not knowing what we're doing. We didn't execute. We didn't have our guys ready to go. We didn't cover kicks. There's some things that happen on those plays that are probably out of our control that I'm not allowed to get into. But it is what it is. We got to cover kicks better.
Last year, one of the strengths was the offensive line. This time, giving up 4 sacks. Is that part of the anger or the emotions you have against the offense?
Here's the deal. All right, so last year we were number 1 in the country in sacks. And some of that's because the offensive line did a really good job. Matt Moore does a really good job up there. A lot of that was because we got the ball out fast. A lot of that was because our running backs did a nice job in communicate and in pass protection. Like on Saturday, a lot of it was we gave up 4 sacks. One of them was a bad play call on my part, coming off a turnover. We went under center and went for a play action pass, and they got us. They checkmated us. They had a good call on and got us a sack. Some of it was our quarterback just didn't do a very good job in the pocket. Moving up, moving around. We had one miscommunication on the huge pick that led to their last touchdown. So we just got to get better at it. I think it's always there's always multiple factors when you have success in pass protection. There's multiple factors when you don't have success. All in all, I think offensive line for 3 starters, we did some positive things. We got to be a lot more consistent.
I know you really liked the defensive effort. Still, if they get a stop,
yeah, we got fatigued. I really felt like we lost the game in the second quarter. If you look at it as a whole, because offensively, I don't think we got a first down to the last drive of the second quarter, and really from a mentality standpoint, we went in with the thought process that we were going to try to be really aggressive offensively. And we knew we were young on defense, thought we would play a little better. Even though we hadn't practiced or prepared great on offense, you trick yourself into thinking guys are going to show up on game day, and really that you're tricking yourself as a coach because that never happens, okay? But you try to convince yourself as the week goes on that guys are going to be ready to play, and that never happens, all right? And but that's what you do. So we were going to be aggressive offensively. That was the plan from the time we started breaking them down in the spring all the way through the summer, all the way through the fall camp. And really, when we struggled in the first quarter, then I should have immediately gone to what I did in the second half, which is more conservative, more run-based, eating snaps, moving the chains slower rather than trying to hit some big plays. But we left our defense out way too long. You can look at the time of possession. You can look at the number of plays in the second quarter. We left our defense out there way too long. And what happened was they got fatigued in that last drive. And here's the other thing, too, not to make an excuse, but they had a huge fourth down stop. We throw a pick on the very next play. So they have to come back after they just had a huge momentum swing, and then it's like taking the air out of a balloon. You know, and listen, as a defense football team, we got to answer the bell every time, and we didn't answer the bell at the end of the game, and we got to do some things to get us in better shape without question. But special teams and offense in the second quarter contributed to our fatigue in the fourth defensively.
Coach, playing these in-state non-conference games, just kind of what does that do for the program and just the state, just the surrounding community?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's a natural fit. You know, I commend our administration for getting the game done, and I think it's a game that our fans, it's a game their fans. It's an easy deal. We're going to play an FCS opponent every year. I think it makes sense to play Alabama State. I've got a lot of respect for what they do. I mean, they do a good job. They've gone out and recruited well. I think they got almost 15 Division I transfers, several junior college guys from well-respected junior colleges. I think they're going to come in here and play with a lot of energy. I don't think they're probably real pleased how their first game went either. So I think it's going to be a good football game. It's going to be a nice. It's going to be a really good atmosphere for both fans.
Has the athletic department kind of had the conversation of maybe scheduling a UAB or possibly discussing something at home and home with maybe Auburn and Alabama to get this in-state thing kind of moving? Even past
well, I think. You know, that sounds really easy, and Jeremy's in the back, and he can attest to the football scheduling is really difficult. There's so many moving pieces and trying to schedule football games, and that's why you see, and I think fans sometimes get frustrated because they see deals come out that are happening in the mid-20s, you know, but that's the way it happens. I mean, these games are made well in advance. You know, we love the opportunity to compete against Alabama or Auburn, but it's just not that simple. It's not that simple on their end. It's not that simple on our end. We had a series with UAB when they were dropped football, and basically we're full. We're full for a long time. I mean, I think it's a game that we'll look at some point reviving. You know, they had to go ahead and make their future schedules as well when they made the decision to bring the program back. So it sounds easy. Yeah, we won't play in-state, but making it happen and matching up open dates, especially when you're going against different conference schedules, it's just a really tough deal. And that's one thing I'm glad Jeremy does, and I don't have to worry about it.
Specifically for this week, what are some things you have to do to prepare for Alabama State?
Well, we're going to have, you know, defensively it's an entirely different challenge because Boise was very tight ends, multiple tight ends, not a whole lot of quarterback run. With Alabama State, they're a spread team, use the quarterback in the run game, get the ball out of their hand faster. Boise was mostly drop back or play action pass, throwing the ball downfield. You know, Alabama State gets the ball out of their hand faster. I think Alabama State's talented at running back and at receiver, so a different challenge for us. Offensively, Alabama State's a four-man front, where Boise was a three-man front. We're primarily a three-man front as well defensively, so we're working versus four-man for really the first time in a long time this week. So, you know, that's how we're kind of going about getting ready for Alabama State.